Give it a cuddle.
John, good morning.
Morning.
Oh, it's well attended.
The idea is to be
What did you do?
Five minutes.
Okay. Whatever. Think of a number and double it. It'll be okay. I'd like to welcome you here this morning and thank you for coming so that together we can say goodbye to Gary. My name is David Tribble and it is my privilege today to be able to share with you so that together we may take time to say farewell and celebrate Gary's life. Those of you who have an order of service will see on the back that following the ceremony there will be a retiring collection on behalf of Cancer Research UK. As you go out through the two sets of doors on the colonnade, there will be a box on the left hand side. You're all invited back to Squires Bikers Cafe to continue to celebrate Gary's life in a more informal setting. Also at Squires, there will be a book of remembrance into which you are asked to contribute. Albert Einstein is credited with saying that what can be measured isn't important, and what is important cannot be measured. This is worth remembering on a day like today. If life is to be measured in world records, prestigious awards, civic honours, or professional attainment, then not many of us will have lives that amount to much. Instead, what is important is represented here today. Here today we see a man who is loved and respected. That love and respect is demonstrated by the family and friends here. Carol, you won't remember many words from this morning, but please look around and remember the people. This says far more about Gary's life than anything I have to offer. Here is a poem Carol has chosen. I hear your voice floating on the wind, catch your scent upon the breeze. I wish I had you here to guide me through morning's stormy tears. I miss your smile, I miss your laugh, I miss the time we'd shared. I even miss the times we'd cried just because you were there. The ache I feel inside my chest is so deep and profound that I feel as though I've lost my hold upon the solid ground. But in my darkest moments, I can feel that you are near, keeping your watch over me, always and forever here. I am now going to read a tribute which has been put together by Martin, Gary's brother, and Carol, as well as other contributions. Gary living the life he did, there's a number of references to German towns and places. If I struggle, please excuse me. It was on Saturday, the 7th of December in 1957, that Gary Holroyd was born in Salisbury, Wiltshire. His dad was serving in the RAF, which caused the family to move quite a bit between postings. From Wiltshire in 57, they moved to Whitrath, Germany in 63. Then, in 1966, the family were back in Britain, this time in Padstow, Cornwall. In 1970, the family moved north to Yorkshire and Sherburn in Elmet. Gary's brother offers the following memories of those early years, growing up in the 60s, long before the invention of health and safety. When Gary was 9 and Martin 7, they used to help a milkman with his round in Padstow. Imagine the pair of them moving house to house and street to street, hanging on to the back of the old van. On another occasion, with 6 others, they set off to row across the Camel Estuary. These are dangerous waters, and they finished up at least a mile from their intended destination. Then, when aged 11, Gary managed to accidentally, as you do, shoot a mate in the back of the head with an air rifle. A little later, Martin remembers the 2 of them hanging out at Sherburn Cafe, in awe of the bikers who came there, desperate to join them. While at school, Gary began working at Jackson's and Butcher's as a Saturday lad. Then, leaving school, he began to work there full-time. Shortly after this, he got a job as a butcher with the NAFI and went off to Germany. Gary would have been 17, 18 at the time, which will explain a little of how, riding a motorbike in the German winter, he fell off every time he stopped. Blame it all on youth. Then, in 1975, still only 18, Gary began working at Joint Headquarters, Brandallen, moving on to car sales and admin and finance. He was promoted to a NAFI official and posted to cellar and a Bergenholm camp as a NAFI car salesman. Gary and Carol met while on holiday, Club 1830. I don't know what they imagined. They married in 1987 and Carol moved to cellar. People had never expected a relationship to last. After all, Club 1830? Expectations were wrong, for after 35 years, the relationship was stronger than ever. Gary and Carol's last 12 months in Germany was spent at Senelager, Paderborn, before returning to Sherburn in 1998, with Gary beginning work in Mercedes dealerships in Leeds, York and Harrogate. Gary had a passion for life, with interests as varied as Mercedes and American cars, particularly a Corvette he brought from the American forces in 1992. In football, he supported Leeds United and Borussia Mönchengladbach, Harley Davidsons and music of all genres, but particularly his passion for Led Zeppelin. His zest for life can be seen in his list of holiday destinations, which include, I'm taking a deep breath, Germany, Scandinavia, Australia, Thailand, Vietnam, Austria, Italy skiing, a number of trips to the States on his own and hired motorbikes, touring California, amongst other places. And to top all of that, to Borneo to visit the Orangutan Rescue Foundation. In 2013, Gary took on the challenge of beating stage 4 bowel cancer. He won that battle and restarted his life with a battle cry of, "Don't put off until tomorrow what can be done today." This new journey began by buying a Harley Davidson and joining the Airevalley Harley Owners Club. He met many lucky people through ownership of his Harley. He knew lots of bikes, being a regular visitor to the Squires Bike Cafe in Sherburn, where Gary was easily recognisable because of his long, bushy beard, which he tamed using many beard oils and balms. The sports bikers, or rice burners, loved to make fun of Harleys, otherwise known as tractors. And Gary would play up to this by wearing his John Deere baseball cap. He took part in most, if not all, of the ride-outs. His life consumed by all the rallies, tours abroad and weekends away. This also gave him the opportunity to tick more off his bucket list, touring the Grand Canyon, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico on a Harley, and then attending the biggest Harley rally in Europe, the Wegersee in Austria, from where he travelled through a succession of mountain passes to take him to his favourite place of all time, Mittenwald in Bavaria. Gary had been visiting this little jewel of a town for over 30 years, his final wish being to have his ashes scattered on the top of Carl Mountain, overlooking the town. Those who knew him well will recognise some of his many sayings. For example, the Yorkshire war cry, "How much?" If you needed a deal, Gary was your man. Then his terms of endearment for Carol, including Mother Tallulah, Doris, her indoors, or she who must be obeyed. If the first part of this tribute comes from Gary's brother Martin, and the second part from his wife Carol, then let me offer the third part by paraphrasing a tribute by Dave Lewis, writing in his Led Zeppelin blog. Is Dave here today? No? Thank you. Then anything that's wrong here is down to Dave. Gary had a real zest for life, and despite ill health, still managed to attend the April Robert Plant Saving Grace gigs in Halifax, Scunthorpe, Hull and York. On the earlier tour last July, Gary had his photo taken with Robert Plant. Gary was over the moon at having a chat and photo with his long-term hero. Dave posted a picture of himself with Gary wearing a t-shirt inscribed, "Sepp fans do it better." And, says Dave, Gary Holroyd did it better than most, and he did it with generosity, passion and humility. These sentiments have been further echoed across social media as word of his passing is spread. Gary, although small in height, had a large personality, warm, gentle, kind and generous. He will be missed but not forgotten by all those who knew and loved him, with the memories being a constant reminder of his life. Gary, ramble on and ride free. We're going to have a time of reflection now, a time of silence, in which you are invited to recall and reflect on your own memories of Gary. Thank you. gal come to the committal. And if you wish and you can, I invite you to stand for this. Gary, we have told your story, remembered you in tales and tears. We are grateful for the good times, and we start to understand the difficult ones. Here in a chapel which has seen tears and smiles, sadness and questions, we find a place to say our final farewell. And now, let us commit Gary's body to the elements, which are gentle to us at the time of our death. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. In the cycle of life and death, the earth is replenished, and life is eternally renewed. Please be seated. There is an old saying which says that we have achieved success if we have lived well, laughed often, and loved much. If we have enjoyed the trust and love of people, if we have filled our niche and accomplished our tasks, if we have left the world a better place than we found it. Gary did all these things, and you can leave the chapel today knowing that the world is most certainly a better place for his having been in it. It is part of his immortality that Gary will live on in your memories and your hearts forever. May these thoughts comfort and sustain you in the days ahead. I wish you each that you may find comfort, richness, and example in your memories. May you each find support and strength in your care for one another. And may you find peace in your hearts. As we leave now, we're going to leave to what some would consider the greatest rock anthem of all time, Stairway to Heaven. If you think there are better ones, then contact Dave Lewis.
was actual paper.
You are secretly listening, you're taking
Okay. Sorry, I was taking pictures. Kind of last minute doing a video.
No.
Aye. And here at Gary's wake, celebrating his life.
Yeah, it is.
It was a good lad, was Gary.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Times a good conversation.
And good advice.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Yeah. Phone call for Mr. Liput.
Yeah. You got me. Now then, what are we eating there?
A bit of everything.
Yeah.
Because Gary always says, well, this is free.
Fill your boots, Val.
I'm just looking at all. I'm just filling it with a pint of
Did you? Okay.
Gary, Carol, wonderful couple, and we love you.
Yeah, guys, we're going to miss that beard. Really am. I'm not going to grow one like it though.
So no more jokes about the scissors. All the best.
Hi Carol, hi Gary, we're going to miss you and your excellent taste in music.
Yeah, he was a good lad, was Gary, and we're going to miss him.
It's great to know, Gary, absolutely brilliant. Thank you for introducing us to Airevalley.
Same here. Thanks for Gaz and Kaz introducing us to Airevalley, and thanks to Gary for giving me some great bargain tips. Top one.
Hi Carol, great to be here, glad to be helping support you on this difficult day.
Hi Carol, ditto, and of course our claim to fame is that me and Ian were ushers at your wedding married to Gary, so there you go.
I've not known Gary that long, but what an absolutely fabulous fella he was. A lovely man.
Gary, top man, you'll be missed, mate. See ya. Who's going to get me them deals in the future? I enjoy going to the concerts with you. It was one of the best things I ever did. Thanks very much.
Gary, it's like you said, mate. It was me and you, and there was wankers.
Gary, I'm standing here looking at your pictures on the screen above, and there's not one way you're not smiling and happy, and that's how I'll always remember you.
Well, Gary, you've had a good day today. You've been proud of everybody. Well done, mate. We're missing you.
Best of luck, Carol. Look after yourself. In the club and in life. Great man. So sad to see him go.
Lovely. Gary, you've been well missed, and you'd have been absolutely over the moon with what people have done, and the respect that you had today, absolutely wonderful. I'll never forget it.
Gary, you know we loved you. We are going to miss you. That's all we can say.
Ride through, Gary. Ride through.
Gary, all the best, mate. We know you're up there, riding along.
Gary, ride safe, brother. Look after yourself. Take care.
Safe journey, pal. Safe journey.
Love you, Gary. Love you, Gary.
Alright, Gary, buddy. Loved you. See you later.
I miss chatting to you up here on Thursdays, Gary, when you used to come up. They were always fun.
Gary, we're going to miss you. We're celebrating your life today.
Missing you, Gary. Cheers for now.
Missing you, Gary. A nice gentleman.
Hey, Gary, a great ride out for you today, mate. Take it easy.
Top fella, Gary. Pleased to have met you. Cheers, mate. All right, Gary. Keep smiling, fella. Get them ride-outs planned. Catch you later.
Hi Gary, you got the send-off you deserve, love. Enjoy it for now.
Gary, we miss you, buddy. One of the nicest blokes we've ever met. Right, so.
Okay.
Gary, we loved you very much, and we loved your beard, and we loved everything about you, and how lovely you were, and everything you did. Yeah, going to really miss you, Gary.
Keep on riding, great bearded one. I want to see your beard flowing in the wind for many years to come.
Cheers, Gary.
Gary who? Carl Holroyd was a wonderful guy.
my brother-in-law, fantastic guy.
Hi, Gary Holroyd is really lovely, always kind, always smiling, and never bad with anyone.
Gary, we'll miss you, mate. I hope you're riding the clouds.
Gary, we're going to really miss you. God knows why you've left us, but you've probably gone to a far better place. So we're drinking to you. Cheers to you.
Great knowing you, Gary.
Love you a bit.
Love you a bit.
She's scared, Steve. Ride free, Gary. Loved it. It was lovely to know you. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Gary, what a guy. Great mate, I loved his music authority, the information he could always give me. And also, so helpful, so bloody helpful. Yeah, sadly missed.
Gary, I miss you, my friend, and I miss you grabbing me Ponzi tea bags.
Say other than thank you for being such an amazing friend. You were always there for us, and we miss you desperately.
Yo, Gary, I didn't know you that long, but absolutely fantastic fella. And keep riding up there, all right, mate?
Hi, Gary. Trevor here. All the best, but we'll all miss you an awful lot. So, ride high and ride free.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Betty. Miss you so much, Gary. Take care. Bye.
Hi Gary, met you once, came to our house, what a gem. Bye.
Yeah, thanks for all the good times, Gary. Hope you've gone to a better place. Hope we'll see you sometime.
Now then, our guys, miss you loads.
Now then, big brother, how we doing? Yeah, looking after you up there. Take care, all the best.
Miss you, love you, give Grandma and Grandad a kiss.